tuning in now or after the live. I greatly appreciate everybody who tunes in. I greatly appreciate everybody who remains dedicated. And I just wanted to pull up the chat on my phone just so that I seen there's a few people here before the stream, which is always incredible to see. So, JW, Tom, I love you no matter what, and many blessings to your family. I greatly appreciate that, JW. Thank you so much for tuning in. Matt Holden, good evening. Robert, welcome in. John Hall, good evening, brother. Robert, I appreciate you. Tom, especially appreciate the positivity. Let's fucking go. Hey, I appreciate that. Nick, good evening. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut off this light in front of me. It'll just make things flow a little bit easier so you don't have to see this big glare. It's annoying. Hold on one sec. Heck, I might even be a little bit darker here now. Alright. So now you might not even be able to see all of me either. So, you know, it's a mysterious one tonight. So, well, actually, you know what? I better turn on the hallway light so you can actually see me so you can hear what I'm saying. Robert, welcome in. Cannabis and XRP for me, excellent. Matt, how is Julie? She's doing good. She's had a bit of an issue with the pharmacy here. So, you know, but she's doing good now. Eddie, welcome in. Frank, good evening. Zachary, thank you for tuning in. Good morning, Justin. Welcome in. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit better to see me, but that's all I'm going to do for the light. I don't really like to turn lights on. But, so we got a lot to talk about with XRP. Let me timestamp this real quickly. Good evening. 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, September 21st, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. Welcome in, Sean. Yes, turn on the lights because you can't hear me. St. Louis in the house. I appreciate you, JW, so much. But right now we've got public perception here. There's been a lot of negativity in the ebb and flow right now when it comes to XRP. A lot of people talking about why it's not worth holding and yada yada yada. I'm happy to hear your better half is yes. She's in a little bit of pain right now, but she's resting. She's resting nicely. But I've seen the basically what I'm trying to say is I've seen the public perception shift when it comes to XRP. And maybe not just XRP, but in crypto, but we're covering XRP. And I can see the perception shifting now. How XRP, it seems that it's doomed to stay under $1 and all this stuff. But what we need to remember is, what are we still in? We're in a bear market. So when you're in a bear market rally like we were, you have to understand for what you're in. So that's why I say these are firm. This is the accumulation phase. Like, if you're not going to buy in these cycles when it's in the bear market, when are you going to buy? So this looks like a right arm. I'm just calling it for what it is. I think this could bring us down to 38 cents, if not a little bit worse. But that's what it looks like. It also looks like we're in a rising channel when you look at it in the daily from about June of 22. And that's what this is showing. So if you go back here, that's June of 22. But this has been playing out. The fact we didn't break out and hold leads us to believe that we're probably not going to be able to run back up anytime soon unless we get an influx of volume, which could be coming. But with everything we're hearing with the Fed basically giving up, it's no surprise to me that we have a long leg doji here in today's daily. And that's a bearish signal. This means that we're running out of steam. We're running out of steam. We got the rejection right now at the 524 pivot level. The fact we couldn't get above that, that's where the 200-day is still hanging out in the daily. It's just, let's call it for what it is. And the 4-hourly, if you wanted to make a little bit more of a move, that still fell now below the 524. We've been rejected by it so many times, we couldn't even create a golden cross to catch up in the 4-hourly. So if this does continue down, this kind of looks bearish here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We need the first layer break 524, and like for anybody new, just remember, until it breaks this formation, you technically wouldn't have to retest the rising channel. It would have to break this formation before you would have to retest, in my opinion, the rising channel. This is a major support. Once you lose 49 cents, because some would argue that this is a bear flag, some would say it's a bull flag. It depends how you look at it. It's overall a bear flag, but was there a short-term bull flag built in? So it comes down in a flag, but it pulls up so quickly, some could argue that it came up and created a flag. But if you made that argument, the fact it came down here would be a problem. But this is what it created. This is the exact formation it created on that structure, and that is also better known right now as a right arm. This looks like the right arm on a head and shoulders pattern. Just because we own XRP doesn't mean we have to be oblivious to what's going on here. So if that's the case, what's so hard from saying that we're probably going to have a drop, and eventually it's going to get us down to the 2020 uptrend at 38 cents? What's wrong with that? If you just take away the short-term pattern, if we get a rejection up here at 54 cents, which is what we've been talking about where I circled, that would validate this triple top basically coming back up, and then a proper rejection would come right back down to the circle, or to the uptrend. So I'm just telling everybody, this is a remarkable accumulation cycle we're in right now. This has been going on since mid to late 2022. And there's been plenty of opportunity sub 40 cents, and this might be another one coming up here quicker than most think. But unfortunately, as you see, most people are going to miss that opportunity. Most people stop watching or stop paying it, not even watching me, but most people stop watching when it comes to, hold on, Sean, I'll definitely explain that. When it comes to when you should be paying attention to market cycles in the bear market. I'll get back to that. But Sean, what I'm looking at, I was looking for the Fed to raise rates because that's what they're supposed to do. There's no way they can't lower rates. They can't take away basis points. Could you imagine if they said, we're minusing 25 negative rate increase? That's just not to me in the deck of cards. What that means to me though, Sean, is that the Fed by not raising rates has admitted that there is no way they can fight inflation. It's a sign of defeat. They waved the white flag. They said there is nothing we can do. So why not just start printing? We'll print into oblivion until somebody does something about it. Unfortunately for the Fed, they picked the worst time in human history for the USA with the BRICS alliance right now. When the BRICS align like that, starting January 1st, they are allowed to dump their US bonds. So what happens in our notes? What happens when that happens? So I wanted them to raise it, not 25. I wanted a 400 basis point rate hike. Oh my God, Tom, you're going to bankrupt the middle class. I am the middle class. But you needed to do a rate hike. 400 basis points is a 4% rate hike. And that wouldn't be enough. You could do 1,000 point, but at least a 400 would be like, oh my God, he's going back to the Paul Volcker days. He's actually got his hand on the ball. Like, he's serious. If I started, the first thing I would do is have a huge rate hike and it would throw everybody off. Holy crap, Justin Clark, $100 donation. Here's to you and Julie. I sense a big drop in the next day or two. I need to look at my phone for this. It's not often I get a $100 donation. It happens, but it's not often. Wow, that is incredibly generous. The double top at 524, very short-lived there. No volume coming in, certainly favoring a big drop to 38 cents. Why would that? Oh, I was going to say, why would that be held for review? But it was Mr. Zachary underneath, which I showed. He said, fuck yeah, Justin, and it should be said like that. And Zachary, by the way, fuck yeah to you too, sir. A 2-year member of Tom's Army. That's over 24 months, and I know that because you have the 589 badge. Kudos, my friend. But Justin, thank you so much for that $100 donation. That is incredibly generous. You have no idea. Oh, and Julie will benefit from this as well. But yeah, I think the 38 cent drop is definitely something to be paying very close attention to. But I still think public perception is not right. Everybody should be very happy right now about XRP. Are you kidding? Remember what we were thinking in 2021? If we could see the day when the prices were around these levels. Even now, you're talking, if you've never bought XRP, 10,000 tokens is $5,000. Let's just say. Hit or miss a little bit. Back in 2021, it was up to 19,800. When we sold, it would have been 16,600. So you're still $11,000 in the savings. That's the point. 11,600 in the savings right now. Like, and for everybody to be nervous about this cycle, please, folks, if there's one message I can give you, positive. Be positive. The biggest blessing I've gotten, it's not always about the size of the audience. It's about the vibe of the audience, about the understanding and about the knowledge that we can present each other with. Sometimes some people won't talk when there's more people. I found it a blessing to be able to talk more individually here the last few weeks, as a lot of people, let's face it, are dipping out of the crypto space. And that's okay, but that's what they want. This is what they want. Quality is greater than quantity. I cannot agree with that more. What in the fuck? Wow. I was already speechless with one $100 donation. Like, what am I supposed to say to that, MDF? One more time here. Let's see if MDF, you are so generous. Thank you so much for that $100 donation. He sent one of those in the past, or 2 or 3. So this isn't his first rodeo. I mean, I honestly sometimes don't know what to say. I literally come on. Have I even brought up donations at all in this? I don't think I have. I don't generally just bring it up for no reason. You guys are just so incredibly generous. I don't even know what to say sometimes. Like, real talk. Can I ask everybody a question, though, on behalf of Justin and MDF? We'll say this is their question, and Justin and MDF, they are excellent questions, and I should be paying you for this question. You see this right here? Isn't that an inverted left shoulder? Could that be an inverted head? Could that be an inverted right shoulder? Could this be the starting point of our final break up to 54? My gut is telling me that that is the optimum time to short this. It just seems too easy right now. I can't help it. It seems like they would want to take these shorts out, and that's why you have a bear flag here, but the sky's in a small bull flag. Maybe it does pull up here and maybe come up here to exhaust at the 58 or 61. Something's got to give here. The factor is still in the structure, but then remember, if this formation plays out and 524 doesn't give way, this is invalidated. I'm just saying, is it possible we come up there? What am I, the ancient aliens? Is it possible that we've been visited before in the not so distant past? But this looks like unfortunately, everybody, just please pay attention to the short term with XRP. It's now showing us when this pattern collapses, we've got evidence that we're in a rising channel now. And anybody who understands, this is a big problem. That rising channel, those are bearish reversals at the top. So how far exactly are we going to go up here? And I can clone this on the other side. I mean, how far are we actually going with this? And how tight do you want this? You can say that's the channel right there. I mean, look at that. That could get you right up to 54, and then it breaks out and down. And then you would reverse down, but it's a small channel at that. But how far does it go? Like, it kind of speaks to us like 54 cents could happen. Knowing that if this breaks down, at any time, 49 cents. We're on the ball here, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the ball. There's no way that that's another donation. Zachary, thank you so much for the $20. This is incredible. $20 donation with the number 1. And he's a 2-year member of Tom's Army as well. Like, you are so generous. Of course I can cover Algo. And something notice how we haven't done FOMO Fridays in a while? Notice how we haven't done Winning Wednesdays in a while? Has anybody noticed that? Hey, Jan, welcome in, love. I'm so appreciative that you're here, always. You make it a little brighter in here, honestly. Awesome, some of you noticed. See, there's a reason for it. I think, remember what I said? Does anybody remember what I said, why I was stopping it for just a minute? I wanted to reassess because we were in a bearish cycle, and I wanted some of these prices to settle, mainly because I had a vision, and I know it sounds stupid, but I legitimately had a vision that it's great to get Algo and it's great to get all these other ones. But Tom, what are you doing? You got 2 in front of you that you damn well know the circulating supply is real low. And if you hold enough of each of these should be your first priority. You should be buying these because the total circulating supply with Solo is 400 million right now. or 399.947 million. But their total circulating supply is 400 million. That's how it got to $9. It's been to $9. And the fact of where it's at now, I think it's speaking to me. Is there anybody else who agrees with what is going on here? Wow. Mike, thank you so much for the 50. You guys, honestly, like, to be honest with you, this is the last day I would have expected anybody to donate. We're in a bear cycle right now. I swear to God, the audience always surprises me. Always. I probably in the last, besides the one big donation yesterday, in the last, I don't know how many streams, I literally come on here and people are like, why do you even do streams if you don't get donations and stuff? And it's like, you guys, so the people who asked that so missed the point. Oh man, they so missed the point. You sure can, Justin. The most money that's made is during these cycles because you make it so much when we go back into the next bull cycle. You guys are all super generous. Like, honestly. OSW sounds appropriate for October. Oh, Johnson, I've been waiting on you to give it the go. Laugh out loud. Crawbilly's hi, Tom. How's Julie? She's doing great, Crawbilly. She's in pain. Besides the blunder from the pharmacy that kept her off of pain medicine for the first day and a half after surgery. But we won't get into that. She's doing good. Everything was successful with the surgery. But I asked the question, does everybody understand Solo real quick? With the day we had, just to see my Thomas smile because of all of you guys makes my heart happy. Hey, that's Julie. I didn't even realize when I was reading that until when I seen my Thomas. It's true. We had a day. Yo, Capo, you've missed some. But does everybody agree with Solo that needs to be a part of this buying cycle? We've already started it, but I want to put a focus on Solo. Can I get a yes or no? We're going to go into Algo because Algo is very important to me to do during the accumulation phase. But I wanted to do it in a different pattern with Algo. I didn't like doing it on a winning. I liked winning Wednesdays, but I have a better idea. Yes, Matt. Excellent. I think we will touch 54. It's just, I know it is. I know it is, Zach. And then Corium circulating supply is 500 million. And the max supply is 500 million. So, I mean, think about that, everybody. Corium and Solo, which are on the XRP ledger, have less than 500 million circulating supply. Corium, 500 million. Or 500 million for Corium, and 400 million is max for Solo. So the more I started thinking about it, Tom, like I said, I was not buying Solo. Do you remember what I said? We started buying it, but what did I say about Solo? We'll be able to buy it in this cycle, and now we got to figure out how to do it. And we started to, between that and Corium, and I'm going to move my Solo over to this list after a while, but I think Corium and Solo are where it's at. I know we need to do Algo, and we will do Algo, but Algo is going to stay on its own. We're going to do something, but we got to decide because I think the market's going to have a downturn, so we need to figure out. I mean, it might not have a downturn, but everything is pointing to it, but we need to figure it out. I want to know, we have 74 people in here, it says. Does it really? I want to know, yes or no. Corium and Solo, does that sound like something that needs to be bought on the same day? Split up strategically, but we'll add it strategically together on the same day for both. Yes? Yes, I know. We're going to do Algo. No, I know, but this is important too. We're going to do Algo right now. I promise. While everybody's talking. And Julie was like, you got to do Algo. I promise. Algo was very cheap as well at 974. And that's why I'm saying Algo is in a part of the cycle where it definitely could have a big rebound here. That looks like a W still in the making. So we need to come to a conclusion here, folks. So why is the price so undervalued at the moment? Like, is there a full explanation of that? The price is undervalued. What do you mean? As far as we're in a bear market, it's undervalued in relation to all-time highs. It's undervalued as far as what it can do. At the current moment for XRP, you have to find your own spot to put it in. But in this bear market cycle, you really think XRP, with all the adoption, should be 50 cents? If it was at real terms? I'm not saying $10 or even $100. You think XRP, with all the adoption that's happened in just 2023 alone, the clarity that we've gotten through the lawsuit, and the fact that now they only can look at it as a code, with everything we've learned, do you think it's really not undervalued at 50 cents? I think it'll go lower, but I'm saying during this bear market cycle, it's undervalued. Whether it's 50, 20, 10, until this bear market ends, I think when you go into the next bull market, it depends if it's a real rally. Because I think there's going to be one false rally in between now and the major bull run. But I think it's undervalued because of the adoption and just what it has to offer. Look at when you make a transfer of Bitcoin and I have to buy something, let's just say I want to do $100. If I send $100 from me to, let's say, Cash App's Bitcoin, there's a $7.80 fee on that. If I were to send XRP but they don't have it, it's literally a fraction of a penny. So do I think it's undervalued in current market conditions and what's going to happen with banking, how it's switching over, and how the liquidity with XRP with the, well, even though they're going to transcend the ODL, everything that's in play, I just think it's undervalued. So my full explanation is simple. You'll find out why it's so undervalued if you wait until the next bull market to buy it. That's just, so I was being blunt. Sometimes you have to be blunt. The downtrending resistance on Algo is at 103. We're still well within this falling channel. It's just once it breaks out, it's been on such a downturn. Eventually, this is going to have a reversal. And it's going to be a mighty one at that when it happens. I'm actually excited for when it finally breaks out. But we're not done yet with Algo. We've only bought... Hold on, I want to see exactly how many Algo we have from buying it on Winning Wednesdays. We still got a long ways to go, I know that. Algo, we have more than I thought. We bought 5,414 tokens on Winning Wednesdays. Wow. Well, then I'm going to make my $50 purchase for this week. I'll just do it randomly with you guys. So I'm going to do a $50 purchase on Algo because I want to. And I need to get to 10,000 tokens. So I'm going to do $50 worth of Algo at under 10 cents again. It'll get you right now another 400. We'll be over 6,000 tokens now. I'll actually do 55 just to get it over. I think it'll be over. Be close. So 500 or what does that say? Yeah, 544 tokens we were able to buy just now. 15,000, average of 10 cents. Not bad at all. So now we have 5,959. And there's the transaction. And then with all the fees and everything over the top. But there's the transaction. We have 5,959. I know it's backwards, but hey, security, right? So that's Algo. But now we have Solo. And we can wait, but tomorrow we're going to be doing FOMO Fridays. And the bottom line is I want to do Algo on its own, but on FOMO Fridays, we're going to heavily talk about Corium and Solo and the importance of the low market cap or the low circulating supply, and how much easier it is to truly have a rally, or to truly have a rally with Solo and Corium. I just think that it's an amazing opportunity. But with Algo, eventually this is going to break out. Eventually this is going to break out, and you're going to see a run back up to 28.8. Like I told everybody, with Algo, I would like to buy it under 15 cents with everything. So it's still got a lot of radius. I'm hoping it gets rejected here and continues moving down, and I can get some more around 6, 7. But there's no guarantee that happens. It's been so undervalued for so long. So eventually it's going to break out. Just like all of crypto, it's just when. So you take it as the accumulation phase. Once you buy into it, it's just like you buy your precious metals. It's gone. That money's gone. Also, absolutely, dude. Frank, yes. I love that everybody's so enthusiastic. Roger, welcome to Tom's Army for month 2. Not very many continue moving on after month 1. That's not a joke. A lot of people tap out after month 1. So, and with Solo, look at this. This is the problem. We wanted this to continue down the falling channel. This very well could be speaking to a potential breakout attempt here soon with Solo. So, who's in here for Solo as well? Who's a fan when I buy Solo? I'm just curious. I want to see. Because I'm in a good mood today. I can't. I would switch Algo to IOTA as well. But being in the USA, it's impossible for me to buy it in USD right now. I can't find it. And everywhere I go, there's some kind of BS reason why it's not available in my state. It's on Uphold, but it's not available where I live. I would so switch Algo for IOTA. But as it is, because I'm more of a fan of the Internet of Things, truth be told. But Solo right now, it could be getting ready. Remember, we have this overextended uptrend. It very well could be getting ready to do something here. And then if you pull this out here and you just make it, this is the formation. Is this a bear flag just filling out? And then it's just going to continuation. You get a continuation down to about 6 cents. So basically you'd have a 40% drop or 35%. Is that what's happening here? Is that really what's happening here? Or is this about to break out? So, Matt, I like Solo as well. Hey, man, can I get your advice like in a private channel sometime just to talk strategy? I would like to say yes, but I'm like, sometimes I just get so busy with Julie stuff and the kid stuff. Like, I'm dealing with stuff with my son, too, from that car accident. So, I want to say yes. Send me, here, let me put it down here so that you can get into at least the Telegram. Because you're in Tom's Army, you should be in the Telegram. But with Solo, I know in my gut we need Solo and Corium. It's just, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. And they're on the ledger, so for everything we're trying to do, I feel like we need to put more of an urgency because we've already stacked up on a lot of stuff. But now I think it's time to stop ignoring what's right in front of us. The fact that we've got, and I think that's why 2 members from the audience, honestly, for my own personal sake, and this is how funny it is, by me doing this, 2 members took it upon themselves. One covers Solo, Crypto Solo Scrooge, and then one covers Corium, Corium Concepts, which Crypto Solo Scrooge is around 700 subscribers, Corium Concept around 900. But now that they're doing it, I get to see it every day. So now I'm like, holy crap, I should be investing in these because they are on the ledger. And these are ones that I've talked about for a long time, but I always forget about. But yeah, Roger, email me there, please. Because then I can at least give you a link to the Telegram. And then it's easier for me to talk to you one-on-one. Oh, yeah. That sounds good. No, I got you, Roger. I got you. I would like to, yeah, definitely. Reach out to me that way, for sure. And then we'll figure something out, Roger. I appreciate you. Yep. Looks like it could be a rising wedge as well. Those are bearish. Bearish reversals at the top, and that's why I could be showing this bear flag playing out in a rising wedge fashion. No, it's not a waste of time. Oh, well, It's really not. It's if I give you my email, it's really not a bother. We'll figure something out. Yeah, Julian. Oh, see, not a waste of time. Just check that hold on. Hi, Tom. I had a quick question. What do you buy your B2 gold? Oh, crap. You did say that. Oh, B2 gold stocks. Thank you for the hard work you put out. There's several ways you can. Right now, I just buy mine on Cash App because I can fluctuate things between crypto and just buying stocks, and that's precious metals or commodities are all on there if they're big enough. But that's where I buy it. You can buy it on any trading app. You can even buy it on Robinhood. It's a widely known one, and they all pay dividends on all the apps. So, just bought some algorithm on Uphold. I'm in Massachusetts. You're an out. So you bought out. You're in Massachusetts. Okay. So, real quick, we're on Solo. And I know we're bouncing around, but I told everybody tonight during the live I wanted to cover Solo and Corium. So I'm looking into Solo. Right now we have 1,102 tokens. And by my own admission, we need to continue to stack this up. So I'm continuing my pursuit of Solo. And I'm putting $50 in it and buying another another 503 right now. And then we'll see how the next part of the cycle continues on. But this is just something I feel strongly in. So I know some in here like Solo. So that's a good way to get back on track. Ooh, interesting. Thank you for that, Zachary. And then the only other one before we go back to XRP, because I don't want to just end it yet, because we had to close and I want to discuss what happened with XRP. But for anybody who stuck around, 54 people still watching. That's incredible because not everybody likes covering this stuff. But as Julie told me, sometimes it's your show. You've got to take it in direction, and it's not always about all the people watching. Sometimes, like some of you have also said, quantity or quality over quantity. And these are going to be perfect examples because some of us speak the same language when it comes to smaller circulating supply tokens. And right now, Corium is at 7.8. We have not bought Corium yet, so I am going to take it upon myself to get the ball rolling here with everybody. Let's see. I'm going to do, because I want to catch up a little bit with Solo so we can do this together. I'm going to do, this is one of those episodes I'm letting you guys get involved with me, so take advantage of it. Everybody else on YouTube charges for this information if they're letting you get involved. You have to join the program. Not a financial advisor, so be smart about it. I'm only about 350 into it, though, but I'm building. Yeah, I don't have much into it right now. So here, I'm going to give my son a snack. I'm going to leave you on the hook, but it's going to be $84 on Corium today for the first 1,000 tokens, because now we'll have about 1,600 tokens of Solo and 1,000 plus of Corium, and we're going to start our journey. Corium, Solo, and Algo are main, that's the main ones right now. But I'll continue explaining. Julie, you got the wavy chicken. Okay. So, and this is it. And this is this week's purchasing. So tomorrow we can talk and we can figure out who understands and we can talk a little bit deeper into this real talk. But I wanted to do this and it's been weighing heavily on me. I was going to do it last week, but I said with Solo, I wanted to see, and with Corium, and I just like the way that they're playing right now. And then we can get them, even if they go down, we can start to accumulate into them. So it's Corium now. We have 1,010 tokens, and with Solo we have 1,605. So that's pretty cool. So we'll just continue building this. So there it is, and it's a hefty price up. It's only at 7,803, but it charged you 8.3 to buy it. So It's a 6% markup. Peter Pan, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I greatly appreciate that so much. Jan, so what I did was $50 Solo, $50 Corium. $50 Solo, $50 Algo just to catch up. And then, because now we have about 6,000 Algo. And then we did 75, or what was it? 84 in Corium just to buy the first 1,000 plus tokens. So, and yes, Roger, quality over quantity all day. And I totally agree with that. And look how positive we've been tonight. Everybody understands. So, with Corium, it's kind of like what we looked at with Solo, except this looks like it's in a falling wedge. Could we argue that this is in some kind of a falling wedge, maybe? Descending triangle, maybe a falling wedge? Yeah, so we're very close, Roger. I think it said 1,010 for me on Corium and just over 1,600 for Solo. And then we have about 6,000 now of Algo, which I didn't realize we have come that far with Algo. Remember when we just got to 1,000, we said it seems like it's going to take a while? But we didn't buy anything for 2 weeks, and we've gotten decent prices now. We got better prices. But I wanted to see if, I'd like to see sometimes who's with me and who is still trying to build this up. There's a lot of loyal people in here. There's 60, 70 people, even in this bear market, that will stay no matter what we talk about. But XRP is my main, that's just what I like to talk about because there's something to it. XRP, XLM, and XDC are part of this. Yes, and we will cover Roger. We can look at XDC. XDC, yeah, oh yes. But that's Corium, guys. So thank you for watching for the Corium and Solo. I know this is running long because I got to make sure Julie's good and everybody's good. But with XDC, I have a rule. If you buy XRP, you buy the 3 X's. XRP, XLM, XDC. XRP's for big business, big banking, and so on. XLM's for the little guy, small business, and me and you, like retail traders. And then XDC is more aimed at small business and people that can innovate. Not like retail, but more small business focused. So I like XRP, XLM, XDC, the 3 X's. XRP is my number one as well. It's what brought me together. And even if the token someday wasn't what it is now, I would still like XRP. Think of it this way. Even if it is a stable coin, which remember that's what I've been saying the whole time and people think it's an unpopular opinion. But I still think its primary goal is to be a basket for all of crypto, which means it's going to be a stable coin of sorts. Still going to have a nice valuation, but I think it's cool that when you look at Ripple, yes, you have XRP, which some say is the gas fee, which whatever. If you have all this money going in and out, the gas fees is going to make the price go higher and higher and higher. So whatever. If it's got to do it stably like that, I'm okay with that. Especially buying it at these prices. But the XRP ledger also is home to Solo and Corium, and I think a lot of people forget that. So XDC looks like it should break this formation. And then your next target would be down to the 200-day. It's already measured out for everybody. We've already got this. It's a 4 or 5 level. That's where we thought we were going to dump down to and see from there. It's a little bit behind XRP. And then you could theoretically break out, but you would have to break this formation up. And right now it looks a little bearish. So why else would XRP have a 100 billion circulating supply unless it's going to be a stable coin of sorts? And just like if you're watching Elon Musk with the news, as I know Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing, and he messaged me earlier, and he talked about how Elon Musk is going to start charging for Twitter, or X, whatever the hell he's calling it now. X, formerly known as Twitter. Well, there's only 3 ways he can go with that. And this is why Dogecoin, me and Julie own over 10,000 tokens in her name. She loves it, so I made sure that after she sold it up higher, because she bought it when it was at multiple zeros, a bunch of zeros, I got it back for her during the bearish cycle, so she could at least, after a flawed iBio purchase that went to the kibosh, went to complete trash, so we bought it back cheap. So I figure with with him being behind it, even though it's got like a 70 trillion circulating supply, if not a little bit greater than that. Maybe, and actually it's more than that, I think. But it's got a huge circulating supply, but I think he could use it as some kind of form of payment. I really do. I think he's got something up his, he's got something he's thinking about. So anyhow, I appreciate that, Frank, about liking the charts. I've worked hard so they're easier to understand. I think these are much easier to understand. And yeah, this was a falling channel that failed to break out. And then it had a little breakout attempt, fall back into this. So now it's literally, this should be the target on a breakdown. So if you're a fan of XDC, you're more than likely looking at about a 12.5% correction here. Yes. Oh, Johnson, I am holding Gala. I'm glad you brought that up. See, I've been waiting for someone to bring it up. I have. Because Gala, I looked at prices, as some of you know, from much, 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 much higher. And I said, I can't buy this yet, even though a lot of people were fans. But Gala now, as I said, remember when I said I made the first purchase, what did I say? I would make my next purchase when it gets down here, remember? Right around the 1-1 level. That's what I was waiting for. We made, let's see when we made, I want to see how much we have. But I had a plan with Gala because I know I can pick up the rest of them. I do not day trade XRP. I'm not a day trader because I'm accumulating XRP and all of these in the bear market. I don't like the swing trade because you have to pay a 35% capital gains tax inside of a year in the USA, and that becomes compounding. So it ends up being a big problem. Smart money says you accumulate when you have that big of a tax hike. Oh, XRP looks like it's going to drop again. We'll get back into XRP, I promise. Gala, we have 4,121 tokens. And it was at the 1.8 level. And that's with it being overpriced at 1.84. So I think we started buying around 1.6, 1.7. But I said I didn't want to buy the rest of them because we'll buy it in one fair swoop if it's at 1.08 roughly. I'll just buy the last 5,600 or last 6,000 right there. Oh, yeah. But at least I was honest with everybody about Gala talking about the drop. It's already marked out. Remember when I say to look at my charts, everybody, when you're trading? It fell under here and got rejected, so I don't put the supports in between. That's a 40% drop. That's why I said I'm not buying it. I bought it at one. It was the price, the markup said 1.844, I believe. So I didn't want to buy anything in between. I want to buy it when it gets down here. So then we'll have about a, I mean, could you imagine with Gala that's what you're doing? It has quite a big circulating supply in comparison to Corium and that, but it's 26.35 billion. The price has been up near, in recent memory, it was around 95 cents or 98 cents. Oh, 84 on this chart. So that's a huge breakdown. And on the all-time pattern, do you know where we're coming toward? Why I wanted to buy that area? That all-time downtrend. Look at this. Held support. Right? Support. Support. Even if it gets, like we talked about, a small bounce back up. Look at the potential here. Just from here, that's at 90%. But imagine if it just starts breaking back. That's at a bad spot. Oh, I had it at 106. That wasn't bad, actually. But imagine if it just one day retested all-time highs again. And we're not even talking about $1 on Gala. And it's only got a 27 billion trillion circulating supply in comparison to XRP. So you're talking that 7,689% just to get to 83 cents. So that means if you spent 10,000 tokens, let's just say we spent 150 bucks, it'd be worth $8,000 from less than 200 bucks. So when I say spots that I'm willing to throw stuff in, I could have bought it for 8,000. And that wasn't that long ago, folks. Some might think it was, but that's in the last bull cycle. So, or you can buy it for 130 bucks, 140 bucks. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You're not getting rich buying it for $8,000. But now you can get rich buying it for less than 150, 120, whatever it ends up being. Because now you can buy that much more of everything else that you know what you're doing. You just threw $50 at 18x, see how it works. God, that's so dangerous though, because even on the moves down, what happens if you get a reversal candle here? Although right now it doesn't look very bullish, but you could have a retest at some point on the 20-day just to see if it's still overly bearish. They always try to wipe out leverage traders. That's what I always try to tell everybody. So, in conclusion here tonight, somebody asked about B2 Gold, which is near and dear to my heart. I own, for transparency purposes, I bought my first $2,085, and my goal is to have $8,000 to $10,000 in B2 Gold by the end of this bear cycle. And that's not a joke. So, it pays a 5% plus dividend. And right now, this $3.16 rejection should send us farther down. And what I'm hoping for is my first purchase was at $2.99. I'm looking to buy it every 20% below that. And how convenient for me, because right here would be another purchase down to $2.21. So then if I do it and start doing equal weight, I could either do $1,000 or $2,000 there, and then I'll start buying it on the way back up or continue buying it on the way down. So, and it's only going to go so far down, but I know there's the dividend. I know what my plan is with B2 Gold, and this is a future proposition. I know this should come down there. I think we're looking at about a 25% drop. I really do. It's just hard to decide. It's hard to decipher right now because of the dollar. What they're doing with the dollar, if it does go up to 109, that's going to give you the validity for B2 Gold to have a 25% drop. It just is. And I'm trying to balance the market right now against the DXY. Tom, are you still? Oh, okay. You guys got that. So, but that's basically it, everybody. My voice is really talked out. I apologize. So, with XRP, the last thing, just pay attention. We haven't gotten this rejection multiple times, but if we are on an inverted head and shoulders pattern short term, it very well should bring us up to 54 cents. Again, that's speculation and conjecture on my part that that's what's going on. But it really looks like we have this inverted head and shoulders left shoulder. Here, I'll draw it in. And it's just a short-term pattern. Boom, boom, boom. And now if it does this correctly, you should be able to bounce at least the 54, 55 area. So we'll see. The moment it breaks down and you lose this, you know you got a problem. You know you got a problem. That's the biggest part. And then XLM on the way out the door. Actually, DGB will be on the way out the door. But XLM still within this formation. We know on a break up, its technical target would be 16.2, but we're looking more like a breakdown. And that very well, again, we've got some pretty nice drops of 25, 30% on XRP, XLM, and XDC possibly on the horizon. Please make sure you hit that like button before you leave. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button so that you can join us in the future. I appreciate everybody hitting the likes, the 57 that have stayed pat during this entire update. Everybody who sent the donation. If you want to join Tom's Army or anything else you want to see with exchanges or to pay it forward, whatever. That's in the video description below or pinned comment. Actually, video description below. And everything else you need to know about exchanges. I just don't like to advertise any of that stuff. I'd rather just talk about what we need to talk about. So XLM, that's what we're looking at there. Nothing more, nothing less. And then with DGB. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate all your generosity. And then DGB, we've broken out of the formation. So our next layer on rejection, we really should be coming down here to the 5.3 level. I'm looking to add a little more DGB. I'll add a little more down here. I'll probably get close to 100,000. I'll get to 100,000 tokens when it gets down there. No doubt about it. I've got 60. What do I have with DGB now? I know I bought 10,000 in Unity with somebody around 0058 because they thought it wasn't a good buy. And I'm like, it's literally, I sold DGB at like 17, 18 cents and I'm buying it back at 006, 0058. I mean, it's a good buy. DGB, 62,222 tokens. So that's what I'm looking at for DGB. That's my next major draw. I think we're looking for a major correction possibly. There's always the way out of it if DGB could break up. But the fact we're breaking these short-term formations like this, and yeah, we could draw it out with DGB and be like, oh, well, now it's overextended. So, awesome, awesome. And yeah, Jan, B2 Gold is absolutely a sleeping giant in my opinion. And remember, they pay a dividend. That's why I don't tell you to buy Fortuna Silver Mines. It's more speculative because they don't pay a dividend. In B2 Gold, their gold production was down because of the conservatism in gold. But their silver was the highest output they've ever had. And you know, silver is the real sleeping giant in precious metals. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I appreciate each and every one of you, and what a spectacular live you all allowed me to have tonight. I'm just blessed you allowed me to be a part of it. Stay blessed, stay positive, emotionless, and care for each other. That's